Hey guys, we're checking out Synthx V by Arturia. This is based on the Elka Synthx synthesizer. And so let's just dive into this. I'm going to try and highlight some of the features. We're going to check some of the presets and sounds. And as usual, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let's get started. So this is a beautiful synthesizer, and they've added some very cool features. So out of the box, this sounds great. And let me show you what's going on here. So first of all, we have two layers. So as you can see on the top, we have layer A and then we have layer B. And this is connected to what you see on the bottom here. So we have layer control. So we have A goes to B, B goes to A. You can reset this. And we also can select which layer we're looking at. And we also have three modes. So we have solo, dual, and stereo link. So the difference is solo. And by the way, look at the bottom. We have tooltips. We have some hints of what's going on. So when you're hovering on top of solo, you'll see MIDI input on screen keyboard only controls the selected layer. So whatever you do, if we have layer A, then you're just playing layer A. If you're selecting layer B, then that's what you're gonna play. But if you go dual, then they will play together. And if you go into stereo link, then you can see, and again, I'm going to hover on top of this, the selected layer also controls the voices of the other layer. So voices are triggered in pairs, hard pan, left and right. So anyway, you need to be aware that there's a tutorial. If you go into this top menu right here, you can run the tutorials and learn all about the synthesizer. This is true to all other Arturia software synthesizers. So of course, everything starts with the oscillators. We have two oscillators, oscillator 1, oscillator 2, and you can see the wave shapes that you can select. We have all the usual types right here, and you can also control the pulse width and the volume for each one. There's the transposition right here, and we also have octaves for each one. So obviously, we're layering both of these oscillators. And remember, we have two layers. So in fact, we have 4 oscillators to blend in. So this is really cool. Let's try some more presets. Now, if you go into the top preset browser, you'll see that we have different categories, right? So we have pads, we have leads, keys, and so on. So we can even see that we have sequences. Let's try some of those, and I'm going to show you how they are actually made. Right, so we're going to jump right into advanced mode. If we'll click this advanced button, we'll get the advanced panel. And here, there's a lot of things that actually don't exist in the original unit. So we have the multi-arp, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. And you can see that we have different types, different sequences that you can select. And in fact, we have these different arpeggiators that you can just turn on. So we can have more than one. So this is how it is applied on top of this sort of vintage synthesizer. And there's few things that you need to see here. We have the arp, we have the rhythm, we also have the note control. So there's a lot to do here. There's a lot of things that we can do to shape how this arpeggiator work. I'm not going into much details right now. I just want to give you like an overview. Let me know in the comments if you want me to deep dive into this. So other things that you can find in the advanced panel is the effect. So we have 4 slots, and if you'll click this drop down here, you'll see that you actually have a lot of different effects that you can choose. We have reverbs and delays, we have tape echo, we have distortion, beat crusher. There's tons of stuff here. So, I mean, some of them are also available or are related to the effects collections by Arturia. So this is pretty cool stuff. So we'll go back to the advanced mode a little bit later. I just wanted to again mention the multi-arp. So on the bottom left, you'll see that we have this multi-arp, and you can turn on and off each of those 5. So this is pretty nice that you have this in front of you on the regular panel, not the advanced. But if you'll click this edit, this will get you back into the advanced mode. And again, to close, just click the advanced on the top right. So next, couple of things that are very usual that you'll find in any synthesizer. We have the filter. So here we have the multimode filter. We have the frequency, that's the cutoff frequency, and we have the envelope. So the envelope can be positive or negative. And you can, by the way, select different modes here on the bottom. So we have low pass, that's the LP, band pass, that's the BPs, and then high pass, that's the HP. And the envelope that is connected to this filter is right here on the top right. So we have the attack, decay, sustain, and release. I covered that in my channel a lot in many different tutorials on synthesizers, and especially with Arturia. So there's even a dedicated video just to talk about filter envelope or filter modulations. So I'm not going there, but again, if you want me to kind of do a short video just explaining this, let me know in the comments. I don't want to overdo it right now in this preview kind of video. And then we also have the amp envelope. So let me show you what exactly is that, and that will help us understand just a little bit about envelopes. So I'm going into the preset browser, going into template and selecting the default. So this is going to be just a basic sawtooth. Right, so the sound is very dull. It starts, and then when I pick my fingers, lift my fingers from the keyboard, it just stops. So the release controls what happens when we are releasing our fingers from the keyboard. So if the release is longer, right, and the attack will be how much time would it take to for the sound to reach its maximum velocity. So if I'll just dial that to 5, that's going to be sort of a pad. Right, pretty cool. And now if we'll go, by the way, into the advanced mode and go into effects, we can add some, to spice up things, we can add delay. And you need to dial the dry wet. And there are different modes here. So I'm going to show you this. So if you'll go into the preset, you'll see that we have echo, for example, and we can turn on the ping pong. Different rates. Cool, and we can add reverb, for example. So let's get a reverb. Cool, so now I want to show you something else in this synthesizer in the advanced mode. So we have the ADSR, we have function, and we have random. So I'm going to go into function. The ADSR and random are pretty similar, but the function is very interesting. So I can apply this function, this sort of LFO, well, let's call it sort of an LFO, and apply it to something else in this synthesizer. And the way it works is that you can grab this, you see this cross right here, you can grab this and drop it somewhere. So for example, I'm going to drop it on the cutoff right here, and you'll see this green. I'm going to dial it. Right, but that's not all of it. You can add more points, or you can go into the preset browser right here, get something like let's go with rhythmic, and we'll go. Very cool. So let's try some more presets, and I'm going to show you some more stuff with this synthesizer. So I want to show you a few other things. On the top left, we have the layer LFO. So there's the frequency, there's a delay to just delay that LFO, and then we have depth 1 and depth 2. Each one is controlling different things in the synthesizer. So when you see, just hover on top of it, you'll see that depth 1 is going to be controlling the amount of modulation applied to destinations like the oscillator 1 and 2 and the pulse widths 1 and 2. But if you go on the depth 2, you'll see that these are the filter, the amplifier, and so on. So there are different things that they control. So I'm going to just kick this one. So that's pretty cool. And something else that you can see is the master LFO. So the master LFO right here, and I'm going to dial this one back, the depth 2. First of all, we have the frequency. Right now it's free, just running free in hertz, but you can sync this to your BPM, to whatever project BPM that you're running. So we have sync, we have straight, triplet, and dotted. So I'm going to go with sync, and now it's going to be more convenient and more accurate to my project. Right, but it doesn't do anything special. What you can do is just grab those sliders, and this will be controlling the pitch. Still nothing, because it is connected to our mod wheel. Right, and the same goes, for example, for the panning. So that can be left and right. Pretty cool. So just to end this video, I'm going to show you the hidden compartment or the hidden panel, and just hover on top here, click, and now we can have some drifting on the pitch, drifting on the level, the cutoff, and so on. So this will give us a little bit more organic feel to the sound. And I really love everything about this synthesizer. So let me know if you still have any questions. There's beautiful user guide that you can access right from the menu, and there's the tutorial. So there's just no reason for you not to know everything about this synthesizer. But let me know, what do you think? If you have any questions, and if you want me to do any kind of follow-up videos, like maybe just going through more presets, or maybe diving into any of the features that you want to learn, deeper, And I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next videos. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And so that is it. Thank you and bye-bye.